Hey guys, Nika coming to you with another Infinity Kingdom video. This one will be on KvK itself. We are going to talk about how to prepare for Legion of Frostborne. That is coming very soon for a lot of server. Again, if it's coming in a few more days and hours, you can still slowly start to prepare. But for sure, a lot of this server at the moment is about to enter the new KvK with new addition like the contracts. And what we need to do is talk about how a player and then how an alliance can get ready for KvK. Well, first of all, you need to be castle level 40. You need to have an alliance that's level 4, and the leader need to select parts to participate in the following KvK, next KvK. Let's go back to an account, and we're going to look at, as a player, how can you be as ready as possible when it comes to KvK. First, it's going to be your resources. You want to make sure that you have enough resources to heal troops and do some training as well. Now, when KvK is going to start, most likely is going to be the same as the other season. You're going to have few days that is going to be almost PvP-less, unless you're matched with enemies in your faction. We don't know exactly how that's going to go yet. Most likely, it's going to be similar. You're going to make alliances. You're going to try and ally with other server, other alliance. If that doesn't work out and you need to fight right away, you definitely need resources to train and heal to keep on fighting. 2, you need to make sure that your training ground is in a good spot. This is a good example. Right now, my training ground is not in the best spot. I don't use spearmen, so I don't need. But as you can see, my bowman is quite low. I only have 200k, and I compare it to my cav and shieldman, I don't have enough. This should be around 400k in my opinion. This can go down a little bit. This can go down a little bit as well. It's not just about being almost full. It's about how many of each you have. You have 2 bowmen in each of your march. Of course, you're going to need more bowmen. Personally, I use a cav and a shieldman in my main march. My second march has 2 cav, which is why I have more cav. But at the end of the day, I have way too much cav, too much shieldmen. I need more bowmen. So I can go ahead and train a few bowmen even before KvK starts. Still have a few days, but given the fact that right now we just started our King of the Hill, it's the training day, I am going to train some bowmen in a few moments because it's going to give me value for the event and I need to get ready for KvK either way. Then when it comes to getting ready as a player for KvK, of course you want to look at your main march, especially for battle against other player. So if you look at your main march, my current main march is going to be Quinn. He's in the boat at the moment still, the whole week. He's on a timeout. So you want to make sure your immortals are as ready as possible. If you have skills that are level 6, 7, and you have enough, go ahead and max them. If you have not been keeping a lookout on your immortal specialization, you can bring them a little bit further. Do that right away. I've just done it. I'm making sure that all my stats are there, all my shards are used on my main march so that I don't waste value. I did the same thing with my other tank. You want to make sure you put them in the right spot for the specialization as well. If you have a few dust that you haven't used, an example, Alex is in your main march and it's not max, go ahead and use it. You're about to fight a lot of the time. Then you also need to look at your boost, because if you are in the new season with Castle 60, most likely not all your immortal are going to be boost 35. This is something that I personally prefer, and I think a lot of players should do, you should focus on your main march first. You should focus on your carry. If you have solo carry, you should bring them to 35 first and not 31, 31, 31, 32, 32, 32. At the end of the day, this is the person that's going to do the most damage on your team. So you want to make sure that you focus on them when it comes to stats. So put your carry 35 and then work on your other immortals. Personally, what I did is I'm currently working on my Quinn. He's paired with my Himiko. He has assist. And the other two immortals I'm using are tanks. I'm trying to buff my Quinn a little bit more. I'm going to bring in to around 30, 33, and then I might even go 35 before I work on the other immortal. But for sure, it is a time to boost them. I definitely suggest you focus on your main march. You're not going to have time to do more than one march for sure. Then you also have your equipment, right? We have new set of equipments. If you can upgrade them, do so. If you can bring them to level 60, do so. Also look at your stone. Here is a good example. If you can increase the level, make sure you do. A lot of the time players forget about it because they don't really look at that all too often. Make sure you take a look before KvK. Now, these are the main thing that you need to do as a player. Of course, you can save speed up as well. I think speed up is always something that you want to save, especially a universal one. If you don't need to use them, keep them for KvK. But as an alliance, I would say we have one more thing that alliance leaders needs to do, and also the member can start planning. We will need to select contracts. We don't know exactly how that's going to work out. Most likely each player is going to select their profession or contracts. When it comes to the new KvK, it's most likely not going to be assigned by the leaders. So you need to start thinking about what would be best for you. And you also need to confirm with your alliance leader if you should be selecting that, right? Because if you think you're a very good fighter, you want to go fighting master for your contract, you should let your alliance know at the end of the day, you will need craftsmen, you will need alchemists, and you want to make sure that you have enough of the two other contracts to play the game properly. Not everybody should go fighting master, but not only for personal reasons, but also for the alliance. Alliance needs it, you need it. It's going to be harder for you if you're not a fighter to do your contract. Maybe you want to go with craftsman because it's a lot about gathering. What I would say, in my personal opinion, and that's something we'll find out very soon, I think anybody that is not level 55 and plus, that is not fighting a lot, should go craftsman or alchemist. If you have another account, for example, a farm or alt account that is not fighting all the time because it's not your main account, most likely you're going to go for craftsman if they can gather the higher level in the KvK, or if they cannot, example, they're only level 40, you want to go alchemist. You don't have to be on the account all the time. You can still bring value to your alliance. So I think these are the most important when it comes to getting ready. Resource, troops, optimizing your skill, your immortals, your boost, your specialization, your equipment. And then as an alliance, I think it's probably start to be a good time to talk about contracts with your alliance leaders between your members to make sure that not everybody is going to jump and take fighting master right from the start. I hope you guys are going to get a good matchup for KvK. I hope it's going to be enjoyable KvK. Maybe we'll face each other. That'd be fun as well. So thanks, guys. Have a good day. If you have any comments, feedback, feel free to send a comment in the video.